If you want to make some ridiculous gains in crypto, today is the day to be involved because Bitcoin's about to break out all-time highs and run to 100K. Now, there's a few sectors in crypto altcoins right now that are about to just go bonkers explosive. AI, RWA, meme coins, and gaming. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm currently long right now and also looking at, and which coins you should potentially buy, but also potentially avoid because some of them are parabolic. And if this is not the Bitcoin breakout we're looking for, the ones that people are buying too high are going to get absolutely crushed. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we got going on here. First off, Bitcoin, just absolutely magnificent bullish chart here. Weekly, this is just insane, breaking out above right now, this is breaking out above all-time high closes right now. This is extremely bullish. This is a forced pattern breakout on Bitcoin. We can't deny that fact. Hugely bullish. Ethereum has still yet to break out all-time highs, but it's forming up a pattern that could definitely see a nice juicy breakout here soon. It already had a 25% drop, which is a significant buy the dip level. I started loading up coins as we started dipping in here, and as we started going back up after Bitcoin did not pull back to the 50-day moving average, which I was very cautious of it happening, but Bitcoin did not get down there. It only dropped about 17% and didn't get to the 50-day moving average. It was currently at about 59.6, and now it's just ripping to the upside, getting ready to retest the all-time high at about 73.3. So I've been loading up on some coins, and that's what we're going to talk about today. First and foremost, let's just take a look at what I'm currently long. How about that? Okay. Ronin. I really like this chart. I basically got long on Ronin all the way down here. Once it started pulling back below 50% Fibonacci, I started buying up. Not a big position. I'll show you exactly what I'm in right now. Okay. Because one thing I don't like doing is buying the dip heavy, because if you buy the dip heavy and that dip that just keeps on dipping, you really get fucked. I've done it before. It doesn't feel good. And I absolutely hate it. So let's just take a look at my Ronin position. Not a big position. Well, about 70,000 in average at 318. I'm currently up about 25K on it. But we can see Ronin, I started buying down here. As soon as that started pumping to the downside, and now we're actually forming up a pretty decent pattern here, which could form up a kryptonite force pattern breakout. Okay. Basically all that is a pattern that reaches new all-time highs and then consolidates and has a flat top triangle breakout at all-time highs of a recent coin. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Now, I can't count out the fact that we might come back down and retest a support level on Ronin, RON, and form up something like this, but I would be a dip buyer back down here at about 360. And then if it breaks out above this level at about 450, 440, this thing could easily go up to about $6 to $8 per coin. Brief interruption here, guys. Did you know that 75% of traders have accounts under $25,000? This creates a huge problem because even if you double that account in a year, which is almost impossible, you're still only making $25,000. Introducing Hydra funding, where you can potentially get access up to $500,000 in capital. All you have to do, guys, is sign up for a challenge account, which is going to give you potentially access up to $500,000. And if you earn a 10% profit in this demo account without going into a 5% loss overall or a 4% loss in a day, you will then pass their evaluation phase and, yes, get access to an account with the selected size account. And now, instead of trying to double a $10,000 account, you could potentially earn only 10% on a $100,000 account to earn the same level of profits. And the benefits of this are huge. Rather than risking your entire $10,000 on one account, you can use just $1,000 to potentially get access to $100,000 in capital. You can trade crypto, Forex, stocks, CFTs, gold, oil, everything under the sun, all on MT4 and MT5. If you're interested, if you have an account under $25,000, like 75% of traders out there, you're not going to make any money with that account because it's too small. Get access to pro level funding and pro level capital with Hydra funding. Link's going to be below. I don't doubt that at all. So if we do see another dip down to the downside, I'll probably be a buyer and buy up some more Ronin. I have a small position on this. I was looking for between the 50 to 78% fib retracement. It came back down to the 50-day moving average. That's where I nibbled up. Just a very small position, right? That was my first initial starter position. I had other orders open to continue to buy the dip. You can see my super duper position, just 14,000 coins here. about $17,000 worth, 119. So a nice dip buy there on that big liquidation. To the downside, you can see my other orders open. I'm actually going to close those because it's probably not going back down there. But I definitely like Super. It's one of the best gaming hyped up coins. Alex Becker always keeps talking about this. You got to always watch what Alex Becker is doing in the gaming industry because he has Neo Tokyo. I'm also a citizen of Neo Tokyo. And whatever he's talking about, he's obviously got one of the biggest crypto followers. So it doesn't matter what the coin does. If he's involved and he keeps marketing and talking about, he's basically just a marketer for these coins. And so there's going to be more influence to go up. But with that said, he keeps marketing a lot of coins that are parabolic. And if the market does flip over, those coins are probably going to see some big pullbacks. And a lot of people who are buying high are probably going to get screwed over. So you have to be cautious about which coins you're buying into. Next one is XAI, which is one of my more recent positions that we just actually opened up today. I did buy the dip on this and then added again today on this trend break. This is like a gaming infrastructure ecosystem, XAI. It actually had a nice, beautiful breakout that we traded this push right here, sold, locked in some nice juicy gains, and now it's actually re-breaking out above this descending trend, held the support at this new ascending trend. And now I think if we do come back up to 150, consolidate and break out, I'll even add it again if we break out over the 150s, because after that breaks at 150, it's going at least minimum, I think, to $2 per coin on XAI. See my XAI position. Where is it? Currently about $100,000 worth of XAI as of right now. So I definitely like the chart on XAI. I think it's got a lot of upside potential. What else we got? STRK, one of my favorite charts out there. This thing is just absolutely beautiful. As I talked about in the last video, we bought the dip down here on STRK. I would love to see this come back up, retest the 260s, pull back again, or even break out above here. But if we start breaking out above 260, I'll continue to load up on this for that actual breakout because I think we're probably going to about $4 per share. STRK is basically like a layer 2 ecosystem. They're partnered, or the people who are actually using the product is Apex, which is Bybit's, DEX Futures, DYDX, also Immutable X, one of the biggest in the gaming industry, is all using their product. So it's actual fucking product people are using. It's not some, what everything else crypto is absolutely just a fugazi. Nobody uses it. It's just what it could be, and it's actually just a big marketing scam. So darkware, people are actually using the product within the actual ecosystem of crypto. So I love this chart. I do have a little bit more sizable position on STRK. Got about $131,000 position, currently up $11,000, and I'll continue to watch this. If we break out of this level, I'll probably add to the position. If we dip down to these levels, you can see I spot here, here, and here, but breaking about above 260, that's gonna be a huge breakout trigger, which I'll even add to the position there for a push potentially up towards $4 per coin. Next up, guys, Pixel, another gaming coin. Love this coin. I started buying the dip here, here, and here, pulling back up to the upside. If we break out above kind of the closing price here at about 90 cents, this is gonna be a big runner. Okay, I really like what it is. I basically bought between the 50 and 78% Fibonacci level. Again, a lot of these charts are forming up the same exact pattern. First off, this broke out to the upside here of a kryptonite breakout pattern. Now we're setting up a kryptonite breakout pattern again at about 90 cents to $1. What we're looking for here, guys, is a triangular consolidation breakout. Retest this high, come back down, consolidate. Then we have the ascending trend form up, break out this level about 90 to $1. A breakout above 90 to $1 on Pixel is going to be a huge upside breakout. I wouldn't be surprised if this has a very short-term, really high momentum move all the way up to $2 per coin on Pixel. So I bought the dip here. I'll even buy the dip potentially again on a pullback, and as well as I'll buy the breakout here at about 90 cents on Pixel. What else we got? Boom, the boner, right? Bought the dip down here on Boom, consolidating. As of right now, very, very small position, right? I had orders to buy even lower, of which we'll cancel those because we might not be going back down there. But I like BOM, these stupid fucking meme coins. I'm so annoyed that they're even a thing. I hate meme coins. I fucking hate meme coins. I'm really annoyed that they're a thing, okay? But I have a small position because a bunch of fucking idiots buy them and they just keep getting hyped up. Now, one that I did miss here was Slurf. I was watching the dip here on Slurf back down to about 50 to 60 cents, and I was like, it was late, and I was like, I should buy some Slurf. Slurf is the other one that's just running here. And of course, Slurf is the one that actually just went on a big rip. So I missed the dip here on Slurf. I don't have that position. So meme coins, what do you want from me? I fucking hate you guys, but a lot of people are making money off them, apparently. Big time. Another one that we're trading in now, just again, I traded this right here, but you can see how much volatility this was throughout this whole fucking run. I stopped out twice for losses because this thing, just the volatility was crazy. But we came all the way back down into this level. I like what Big Time is doing. They have a big development team working on this game that they're doing. It's like basically the World of Warcraft of crypto games. And I like what's going on here. If the gaming industry runs in crypto, Big Time is definitely going to run. We've seen it have the capability to run, just like we saw here on this breakout, 23 to $1 in just about 4 days. So if crypto gaming is going to run, Big Time's going to have another big time move just like that. So I want a little bag of this right now. I just bought a small position, about 1% risk of the current balance, about 800,000 in my account. But my stop is 31% below the current price, right? Because I don't want to get trapped down here and have it stopped out. So we close below that level. I'll either buy the dip here or potentially get stopped out. But small position because I have a very wide 30% stop on Big Time as of right now. What else we got here? GFT. This isn't in any really specific industry. It's a gifting bullshit, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. You basically wrap up your blockchain gift and send it to people as a present so they don't know what they're getting. It's not like you can send somebody $100 in USDT and be like, hey, I just send you $100. It's not a present. But what GFT does is allows you to wrap whatever you're sending in a present. So it's like, oh, a surprise. What's inside of this gift you just sent me? Okay. So it's a cool concept. Is it in any sort of industry that's running right now? Not really. I just love the actual chart. I'm a chart trader. That's all I do is trade charts. Now, if they're in an industry that's, pumping, that's all the better. But I do love what is forming up here on GFT. This is what we call a revival breakout pattern. If we start pumping above this level, I think we have a lot of upside. Also, it's been pretty resilient. While Ethereum and Bitcoin pulled back 25 to 17%, this didn't pull back at all. It held its ground and is still kind of pushing up here. So that leads me to believe that it does have some potential upside here. It is a cool concept. It's not a RWA gaming or meme or AI, but I love the chart here, and I do think this has potential upside. If Ethereum and Bitcoin just have the ability to keep running, I think this could definitely be a big runner along with those. Hi-Fi, guys, is my only RWA play that I have right now. Why? Because it's the only one in a breakout pattern that I feel comfortable still buying. If we look at a lot of the other RWAs, I was just looking on Twitter what people are talking about. This guy did a big poster, a thread of other RWA tokens. What have all these coins done in the last week? Ran 100 to 200%. I have absolutely zero interest buying something that just ripped 100 to 200% in the last, couple days. There's no appeal for that to me. But if it is in a formation that could potentially be on the verge of a new breakout, even though if this did have a nice big run, that means there's a lot of stops at this level and a lot of new buyers that could come in based on the chart pattern. So being that I love to trade charts, this is something I can work with. But if it's something that, you look at this and you're like, okay, RWA, this is the next big thing. Let's just start buying in this thing. What happened? This thing dropped like, 80, 90%. That's what you need to avoid in trading. You can't just start buying in parabolic coins and thinking everything's going to work out. So at least with this chart on Hi-Fi, this is the only RWA coin that I could find that actually is in a chart pattern breakout that we could actually trade and set up a trade plan around. If you can't set up a trade plan with clear risk parameters based on the chart, it makes it much more difficult to do it safely and not lose 80, 90% when things come back down. Okay, so at least RWA is breaking out above 2 resistance points here. Now, if we start breaking down below about 120 and start closing below there, that'll be it for me. I'll probably stop out of that position. Now, that's a close below it, right? We can easily have wicks that wick below it and then come back up. As of right now, we saw an initial little dip here, and now we're starting to retest and show strength, of which this could easily come back up and retest $2, the whole dollar psychological level at about 201. So not a huge position. I believe I have a 1 to 1.5% risk here, about $69,000. Currently up slightly, but that could easily change in a very short matter of time. So we'll see how this actually plays out. Mavia is another huge pattern that I love here, guys. If we look at the actual chart on Mavia, I love what we're looking at here, a symmetrical triangle breakout consolidation pattern. This reminds me of DOT, when I traded DOT at like $5-6 and it ran to $25 back in 2020. This is the same exact pattern that I was looking at before this thing just went on an epic run. Buying in pre-breakout is what I love to do. I hate buying into something that just went on a 200% run. I asked people on Twitter about, hey, I just bought into Hi-Fi, RWA. It's the only one that I found. Give me some other RWA coins that haven't gone parabolic. Everyone just posted parabolic coins that have gone up like 200%. Like, what do you think, bro? Oh my God, bro. I don't fucking know. I'm not buying into it. look what happens when it goes up that much. It drops back 50 to 60%. Okay. I want no involvement buying in something that has that ability to drop 50 to 60% off that parabolic move. Okay. I want pre-breakout or something that's just getting started. And obviously that's difficult to find, but we have a lot of coins in the gaming industry that are setting up right now for the pre-breakout move before it actually makes the run. So this is the perfect opportunity to get in these coins before they break out. So a lot of times what I do is buy in and nibble in pre-breakout. And then once we get the confirmed breakout, say up above about $8 per coin here, then I'll potentially add for a full position, because when you're buying pre-breakout, you have no idea if it's actually going to break out, right? We want to anticipate, but we don't want to go balls deep because we still don't know if that is actually going to turn into a breakout to the upside. It could easily just roll over here, turn into a breakdown, and we don't want to be caught with our pants down, okay? So that's Mavia looking super juicy. Another one that we're watching here, guys, is Mavia. I've been adding to this position. This is just picture perfect beauty right here when we look at this actual triangle breakout. Again, we're in pre-breakout. I'll continue watching. If we break out above about 14 to 15 cents, that's another add for me to my overall position. If we look at the current position here on Mavia, got about 70K or so here on this chart actually right now, averaged in at about 11 cents or so. If we start breaking out above 15, I will continue to add to this, because that breakout is probably going to trigger a run to maybe 20 cent or 2 to 3 cents on this actual chart. I love the actual chart. Also, this is a gaming ecosystem play. Going back to STRK, where STRK, Mavia is actually using their ecosystem in infrastructure as well. So it's all kind of coming together with STRK in gaming as well. What else do we got here, guys? BitTensor, Tau, okay? I bought the dip here. When Bitcoin was dumping and Ethereum dropped about 25%, I nibbled small at about 570 here on BitTensor. So not a huge position. And I still even have my orders down here below that I was hoping to get a dip on, and I did not actually get in. But the chart here on BitTensor isn't actually that beautiful, but if the market actually continues to run, I do think it's going to continue to pump, just because it's so deeply involved in the gaming and AI. So you can see here, this was kind of my buy plan here. 50 to 78% fib retracement from the actual breakout. That could still potentially happen. It is still below degenerate trend. So we definitely need a continuation on Bitcoin and Ethereum for this to actually break out. As of right now, we're kind of just in this horizontal channel between about 761 to 552. Okay. And that was a beautiful trap that happened down here that I basically got long on. Now we just kind of need this to get back above the kind of midpoint of this actual channel and start trending to the upside, potentially for a breakout above 750. If we do break there, I think we're probably heading towards $1,000 per coin on BitTensor. I have a small position, not a huge bag. JTO. Solana's been pumping. So just the whole Solana ecosystem. Now, this is DeFi for Solana, JTO. I love the actual chart here. Not a huge position, about 63K. I do think this could still definitely come back down and retest the support level at about 245. So I need to factor that in, which is quite significantly below the current price that I'm in at about 318. So this is pre-breakout. I don't have, a huge bag on this, but if we look at the actual chart here on JTO, I love it. It's beautiful. We saw this first initial breakout here, which is what I call a survival pattern. And now we're forming up a kryptonite breakout pattern about 350. If it does break out at about 350, I will add to this position, of which I'm currently long already, because if we do break out about 350, I think we're going to $5 to $6 per coin, relatively short amount of time. We're also relatively looking good here on fear and greed. So we're not in some sort of crazy overbought territory. We're more so in the actual fear territory, which is a good time to be buying into this coin. This is JTO. They're basically just DeFi for Solana. Solana's been super bullish lately over a lot of other ecosystems. The last position that I'm in here, guys, is NFP. Simply, this is just basically a beautiful chart pattern. Again, similar pattern. New high, coming back down and retesting support, triangle breakout. If we break out above about 115, I will be a continued buyer of this. But right now, I just started loading up small positions here on NFP, down here near support as we potentially come back up to this level about 113. You can see my position here on NFP, about 43,000 here, currently up about 2K. So we'll see what happens to this chart. Again, this is all predicated on Bitcoin making that push to 100K. If we trap, everything pulls back, it's not going to look pretty at all. Another one that I am long, I also have a portfolio over at this broker here. You can see Mavia I'm in, Mavia I'm in, STRK, VRA, XAI, Super, Tau, S-Fund, Big Time, IMX, Shrapnel, ENJ, Illuvium, Gala, PYR, Wild, Mana, Sand, Matic, UOS. Right now, a lot of these coins, basically this whole block right here, I got in these like a ridiculous long time ago at super low prices. Like S-Fund, where did I buy S-Fund? I bought S-Fund in all these other coins back when things were at basically lows. S-Fund I got in down here at like 70 cents, and now this thing is completely pumped. I sold about half of all those coins that I bought in November up in this range here at about 340. Basically, I sold 50 to 70% of everything that I was holding back there. Now I still have just small pieces of those coins to see if we continue to go higher. Now, I did say there are a lot of coins that people are talking about that I am cautious about because I do think there's upside, but they have just gone on big runs and haven't had any real pullbacks, which make me a little bit more concerned. Beam is one of them that I'm watching. It's not too bad of a chart, but I wanted this thing to drop coming all the way back down to here. I had orders between about 2.7 cents all the way down to about 2.1 cents. It didn't go that low, so I never got filled. And now I'm just kind of sitting and watching because I didn't get my order. ATOR, this is actually looking okay. This is an AI play, looking not too bad. Still riding degenerate trend. So we'll see what kind of happens on this actual formation as of right now. I'm still watching, but again, this didn't dip low enough for me to get my orders. So I'm just watching. AIOZ, this thing is just on an epic bender. The real time to buy here, guys, was the breakout here at about 19 cents. Fortunately, I missed that and I missed this dip, and then it just went on a rip. So buying into a parabolic move like this is just way too high risk and low reward for me. For me, I want to see something like this form up, and then I'll be buying a pre-breakout here for that actual move. Unfortunately, I missed this, but to buy in something like this, yes, it can still keep going, but you're playing with fire and it becomes much more risky. Same with Fetch AI. This is now actually breaking out here potentially, which is still looking very bullish. It didn't get the dip that I wanted. I had orders open below $2 per coin. I didn't get it. It didn't come back down the 50-day moving average. It's still very, very bullish and can continue to run here. But for me, it's just a little bit too risky. I like something that's a little bit safer for me to play. Other ones I'm watching that I did not get my dip bang opportunity are PAL, P-A-A-L, which obviously Becker has been pumping this. A lot of people are talking about it. He's also talking a lot about OPSEC, which is a little bit better price action, but it's on an exchange that I don't have money on. And I haven't really been doing anything in DeFi or decentralized exchanges to buy anything. So if it's not on a broker that I've been using, I just haven't really been buying anything. But OXO, OPSEC, PAL, Beam, these are all ones that he's been talking about, and a lot of them have gone parabolic. And for me, just the risk reward isn't there. I'm looking for things that have yet to break out, that are a little bit more pre-breakout and allow me the opportunity to actually trade the chart. Because if I'm not trading the chart, I'm lost. And if I'm lost, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And that is opening up the door for me to lose a lot of unnecessary money. So those are the kind of coins that I'm in right now, guys. Just to be full transparent with you, I just showed you my entire portfolio of what I'm in as of right now. We'll see what happens, right? What's going to go on with Bitcoin here? Are we going to actually consolidate here and see a nice juicy breakout over 74K? Is Ethereum going to see a continued trend here, retest the high at 4K, some kind of consolidation, and actually break out to all-time highs? Time will tell. We don't know. All I can say is protect yourself. Don't buy into parabolic coins that have already gone parabolic. You're playing with fire. Find the best opportunities in these sectors, right? RWA, real world assets, AI, gaming, memes are, fucking stupid, but people are apparently making money on them, and I fucking find that really annoying. But be safe out there. There's going to be a shitload of money to be made on this run if this plays out like I'm hoping to. But if it doesn't, fuck it. I don't care. I got to protect myself, and I'll sell the bag and I'll flip short and call everybody fucking idiots for being long. So we'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.